Vanessa,
Hello.
when did you write your BCA?
Hey, don't figure out my age.
Oh, how can they figure out your age?
But me, I know that mature be easy, 10 years back.
What do girls have with age? Like what's wrong if people know your
You
age?
don't ask the lady her age.
Why?
It's rude.
What's wrong with here? BC unya saying.
Me can still.
Catch rain.
Me pass it. Me pass it. Me man pass and come in Archbishop Porter Girls Secondary School. Enko. What you say? Pass it.
Yeah. So BC started yesterday, right? I don't even
Hey,
know.
wait. You didn't tell me. When did you
Oh,
write?
I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later,
Hey,
right?
tell me.
I'll tell you later. So BC started yesterday,
Men.
right? And there are a lot of things that are already happening, Yesterday I learned there was a kid who gave birth to a bouncy baby boy at the examination.
BC baby. Your best
Yes.
friend is BC
But,
Mina.
but how is it possible for these young kids? Like it's like every year BC Miss Obinyam.
Yeah.
How is this possible? I'm not asking a sarcastic question because we all know how people get
Or
pregnant.
rhetorical question.
Yes, but how does it keep happening every year? Every year, yeah, there's a kid
and
pregnant.
it's mostly in the rural areas.
Yes. How does this keep happening?
Now and then it is there. The thing is sweeting them so they'll get pregnant. That one day. Before at that place, before 15, this one, they know everything about giving birth, sex, and all that. Somebody that is 16 years or 18 years, that person has like 4 children already.
It's
In the
serious.
rural areas, I feel like they are not really open to this sexual education. They don't really understand their body at the beginning stages. So like something small, when you are having a feeling, and guys, they really know much about it even before. So if the guy touches you small, you start getting feelings, then you also give yourself to them. So like at that the rural areas, what I know is that they don't know much about these things, so they get pregnant very early, and they'll be writing BC and they are pregnant, they are carrying.
Bele.
But it's good.
In what sense?
Like I feel like our country is not making that your situation stop you from learning.
No, they shouldn't get pregnant in the first place.
They shouldn't. We said they shouldn't get pregnant that one day, but it's something that you can't stop.
But
We are all not. We are not in their houses. Sometimes their parents are not even around to take care or to ensure that they don't do some things like that.
sometimes
Sometimes
too.
their parents are the ones who push them to
Yes,
go.
exactly.
So if these things happen, I feel like our country, we've gotten to a point where we don't shame these people. We let them, because this thing can't stop you from learning, can't stop you from getting your certificate. So it's good that we don't stop them from getting. I remember in SHS, my mate, she was pregnant and she wrote examination, and I'm very happy that like everyone in the class, like we tried as much as possible to make her feel comfortable enough to write exams and leave. You understand? You don't criticize the person because the person is pregnant. But that's not the only thing that has been happening.
Tell me some.
The students that couldn't write because of
Oh,
the caca on the hand, and there has been this accident that happened in the Western region. Yeah, 5 students are they have been hospitalized due to an accident. So there have been several things that have been happening. But when we were about to start our BC, we prayed and all that. At the Mumbompai, our village people, they are strong. Oh. So if you don't pray, they'll use you for football. Pray. You need to pray.
oh, we did. We did.
Sunday, I remember Sunday we went, and this time around things have changed. They are writing BC on. They started the BC on a Wednesday.
Which was yesterday.
Yesterday. Our time we started Monday,
It's
right?
it's usually Monday to Friday, so I
Yeah.
don't know why BC was started.
Then Friday we jama, we
Yes.
pour powder and all that. Oh, it was fun. Oh,
I don't want to remember my
nostalgic
BC
feeling.
days.
Why? Mona Mochro 2 times to wow.
Why am I?
2015. Jama Mona Mochro 2
See,
times.
if you look at me, do I look like somebody who wrote BC in 2015?
Hey, you wrote 2015, not mind you.
I didn't write BC in 2015. Come on, I'm too older than that. So,
Ancient of days.
so BC malpractices have been happening. So
Mm.
I learned 10 invigilators have also been apprehended because of BC malpractices. You know, a lot of these things have been happening. You know, I worked in a school once, and those things have been happening. You know, when they are going to write the BC, people know things that have been happening.
More fun and normal.
People have taken it normal. How can you feel? You know,
Hey.
I,
Hey,
I
do you
didn't
have a
I didn't
lawyer?
say anything. I'm
Yo,
just asking a question.
me, I'm learning business law right now in school, so I know something about law. You there, Jimmy. I'll come and stand in for
Oh, it's just a
you.
question. How can you feel?
Yo,
Yes. If you go
yo.
to a good school, right, and they
Mm,
teach you everything like on much yeah, you
mm.
know, when you go and write BC, there's no way that you can feel.
Yo.
You understand?
Which school do you attend?
Secondary school.
Yes.
I attended St. Paul's Technical School.
No, I'm talking of JHS, sorry.
JHS,
Yes,
Prima Academy.
Prima.
Yes.
Secondary school point.
St. Paul's Technical School.
St. Paul's. Ewefa.
Kukrantumi. Kofori Kukrantumi, yes. So my sparse people will know me. Yes.
Me. Yes, the beautiful, ever gorgeous lady. Yeah. I attended Bethel CD school at Soto.
So Tom girl.
Yes. And SHS, I attended Archbishop Porter Girls Secondary School, Takrade. The best. I
Say
love
so.
my school. Hi, I love my school.
So you have a lot of memories when it comes to BC, right?
Mm,
Do you think is actually important, or like, you know, we've been learning French in school since. Do you think we should still learn French?
yes, it's important.
And we don't do anything with French.
Really?
Mm.
Oh, like the basic English. Me, I've met some French people in my life, and
You
I've
can
been
speak
able
with them
to not even
because you
anything.
had one. You can speak
Yeah,
French
you
with
can
them.
ask them, oh, comment ça va, like all those things. And then you mention your
I
name.
can also say comment ça va.
Hey,
Comment ça
that's
va is not French. Comment ça
it's what?
va?
It's Spanish. You can say, oh, you mention your name, you ask them their name, comment to spell, those things, even though you can't speak, just that 1 2 line, it creates this,
Shouldn't
it makes the um conversation flow after that. And
shouldn't we actually focus on our Ghanaian languages?
we know that already.
We don't know
We
that.
know that in our various homes, our parents speak, we speak. We know that.
If that is the case, why do schools ban speaking of vernacular in the schools?
In the school, you can't speak tree. Go home and go and speak tree.
But you teach us tree in school.
Eh?
But why can't we speak tree in school?
You teach us tree. Time for tree, you learn tree.
So we should only speak tree when we have tree lessons. But
Eh.
outside of class,
Do
you
you
shouldn't.
speak French? Do you speak French in school?
Of course.
You speak when
I
after
didn't like I
outside
didn't like my
outside
French teacher.
French class. Do you speak
I
French?
didn't like my French teacher, so I didn't take French seriously.
No, I liked him. I bet I told you once that I was once dumb.
You
I was
were
not a bright student.
you were once what?
A dumb student. I wasn't bright, but I went to Bethel City School in Form 2.
So you know,
And
teachers are actually like there are teachers who are actually doing their jobs. There are teachers
yes,
who actually take pride in their
and I
like
love my teachers. Sir
yes.
Popo, Sir Eric. Shout out to I love my teachers because they did so well. Oh. Somebody that was having 17% in math. I just went there like in 1 year, 2 years span. Like I changed. Obi, I like at Minya 17 now. I had 1 in math. Like, who is she? Who is she?
Shout out to some of the teachers in Ghana, you know.
My teachers, I love you, okay? I love you.
You know, teachers are not well respected in Ghana. You know, people take their job as people don't take their job seriously, but they help in shaping we. You understand?
Yeah.
So some of the teachers should take their flowers.
Yeah,
And
especially my teachers.
yes.
I won't stop mentioning.
So
your
this
names.
year's BC, right? We are hoping that they actually come out well because I have a couple of young kids that I know who are rising BC this year, and we are hoping that this year's BC they shouldn't come out with
Poor
football
grade.
jersey numbers, 45, 56, and all those things. They should come out with flying colors. I don't know why BC was started Wednesday. So they'll write BC today, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Then they'll go for the weekend. Then they'll write on Monday and Tuesday, and then they'll finish.
Tuesday mbede shijamano.
I learned the Ghana people are still banning noise. I don't think they can still jump. They can.
But at least you pour powder, you'll be happy.
Nah, yeah, then.
I just wish all of you like the very best.
Yes.
Just write and pass.
If you get the opportunity to copy,
No, don't mind him. Don't copy. Write what you can write. And leave the rest to God.
The world is full of, I've said my own.
If you copy and they don't catch you, fine. If they do a copy and then they should catch you, it's you and your mother and your father. So please write what you can write and leave the rest to God. Pray and leave the rest to God. You'll pass, okay?
If you don't also pass, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, you can write again.
Yes, you can write again, or you can learn some trade and do, because school is a scam. All right, so this is where we end today's episode on Open Convo. Your question, right? When did I write? I wrote BC 15 years ago. I am very old.
Hey, we're really patient of this. Hey, 15 years ago.
I wrote BC 15 years ago. Precisely those of you who remember 2010 World Cup, you understand. I wrote BC in 2010.
Hey. Wow.
All right, so this is where we end today's episode of Open Convo. She took me back to school. So we'll see you on another episode. My name is Franklin, and I was here with
Vanessa.
Don't forget to like,
subscribe,
and share.
And comment.
Yes, comments. We want your comments, so comment. Bye-bye.
Bye.